Well, hello, and welcome to my Whiskey Den, your favorite public access whiskey review show where craft whiskey is king and a proud part of the Bar Cart Co-op. And Mike, before we go one step further, what do we usually tell people right now? What do they have to listen to? Fucking do it!
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, hit that bell notification to find out when new episodes are coming out. If you're watching us right now on Monday night, interact in the chat with the good people. If you watch this later, please leave a comment down below. Give us feedback. Join the crowd. All the cool kids are here. At least the cool nerds.
Cheers to the cool nerds in the chat, the ones that showed up on time. They're the
Always.
super nerds, and we appreciate you more than anybody because you're here. I'm used to the wide screen, so I'm like swinging my arm. I have a much narrower box to work with this way. Ben's not with us tonight. He's not feeling good, so we're hoping he feels better here in a little bit. But we're going to move forward because Daddy needs a drink. And yeah. And what are we going to be drinking? We got all sorts of Single Cask Nation stuff from Jason and Joshua. The lineup looks pretty tremendous to me. This looks like one of the ones that won't let me down. Well, you know what I mean? They're set of 5. Sometimes you expect out of 5, someone's gonna falter. You know,
it depends. But you know, you got a sneak peek on one of them last week.
I did.
Yeah.
So, before we go any further, couple small announcements. Like, don't forget, Bourbon on the Banks is October 22nd and 23rd coming up this weekend. Now, we have a nice little, I don't want to say glitch, but we weren't able to go. But somehow we have tickets. And if you are going to be in the Frankfurt area this weekend, let us know. We have tickets we would like to give you. As a matter of fact, if there's people in the chat, put your hand up. We will look into it, and we will get you some tickets to show up and go to the event.
Yes. These are the tickets that were our tickets to use since we can't go. So it's not like you're going to get 8 tickets or something like that. But yes, I'm really sad that I'm not going. I really wish that I could go there. I've just got other commitments, and it's a triple booked weekend with everything going on because it was also the special release at Highwire too with the Benton smoked corn, which Ben's going to be running down there for that. So yeah, there's
and hopefully he takes advantage of the breakfast that morning. It's only like $50, but Benton's coming down himself. He's bringing ham. He's bringing sausage. I'm gonna cry. Just. You know what? What did I hear once? Responsibility rears its ugly head. F it. Because there's some major things going on. If I could go to, I would be gone. Because tremendous evenings. And if you have a chance to go do them because they're going to be great. All right. Let's look at this pre-fire release that we kind of hinted at. We kind of hinted at when we had Mitch on last week to talk about Heaven Hills, and the massive complex that they have. Oh, look at that! It's so pretty.
It's a good looking bottle.
It's a good looking label.
And I'm sorry, I love these glass stoppers.
Does it have the glass one?
It's and you know what I like about it is like people that don't know and they go and they try to pull them straight up. It doesn't always work like that. No, it's a shock to the system. You got to just pro tip, just give a little diagonal nudge, pops right off there. But people, you try to pull them straight up, it doesn't always work that way. But yeah, this one is this was a great release that they actually released a year ago. Finally, they talked about it when they were on our show, but it was an undisclosed distillery that had a fire in the early 1990s, and I don't know the whole story of how it worked out this way, but this distillate was aging for 12 years in Kentucky. And then this distillate was sent to Scotland, where it aged an additional 12 years in casks in Scotland in the entirely different climate. And the result is not a typical 24-year-old bourbon. It's not tannic, oak bomb. there's subtleties to it. There is, dare I say, sensuality.
Yeah, Mike did join the club. He wanted to. He wanted to be there and wrench at the same time. So I let him do it.
Well, that way I could post stuff.
Ooh, that's true. Posting's good. Right off the nose, like you said, not tannic. I could pull out the Rhetoric 24 I have in the cupboard, and it would be just a completely different. It's an oak assault. I mean, let's just be honest. It's an oak assault. It's lovely. I still like it, but it's an oak assault. Now, this you can bring up to the nose. You can tell that I'm going to say, not knowing, you would think much younger and a little bit thinner. Knowing, you can tell that it has some time in Scotland, or a different place, at least a different climate than just Kentucky. It just smells soft and a little more round than a standard 24.
Yeah.
Sorry, I kind of sniffed too hard there.
It's easy to have some moments on that. And this, at cask strength, its cask strength release is, and I mean, it's a beautiful label, but you know what? Black type on a red background is not readable in low light. The Nerd Stats, distilled October 1994, bottled September 2020, one of 1,200 bottles. It is 47.4% ABV.
I mean, it has a nice brown sugar, honey, nice kind of floral note to it. Brown sugar, a little bit of spice in it.
And I mean, the Scotch climate has to be what is, to me, giving it more of the lighter, lighter floral, butterier notes to it than just an all-out assault on the wood. And it's just
it smells. It almost, I wouldn't guess it was 24 because, right? I mean, just off this, I would guess maybe like a 6 or 8 from just the smell of the wood notes.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like it doesn't.
There's a warm buttery caramel on the palate.
Okay, let me get into that. We won't turn it down. And Ben's been talking about this. He posted.
Yeah,
so
Ben's a good man and a fan of the Single Cask Nation, as everybody should be.
Ooh, caramel cream, nice spice, nice oiliness around the outside, very coating. Raisins, a little bit of plum, and gingerbread on the sides right now.
Try a drop of water in there to see what.
And extremely drinkable. Like,
oh my God.
What is the proof on this?
47.4%.
Okay, good. If you were going to say like 50 something, I would have been like, well, but I wouldn't have been able to handle that. 47, I can buy. I can.
Wow,
buy.
if it retained that high a proof after 24 years, that would be amazing. But
maybe if it was aged the opposite way, 12 years in Scotland.
Okay, so I was thinking about that.
Just saying, who's going to do it?
It would be a great experiment to have a couple of distilleries, and since things are global, you could do this and take the same distillate out of Kentucky and age it for the exact same amount of time in Kentucky, and for the exact same amount of time in, let's say, Scotland. Also, maybe go Pacific Northwest, and maybe even go down south of the United States, try different climates,
Texas?
And just see what. Well, Texas,
it'd be gone. It'd be gone.
You could, but you'd have to do something like the licorices and put it in one elevage, but two, put it in the 60 plus gallon barrels. So then that way you're messing around with it like they do to get something to go longer. But you'd have to have like an agreed upon time that you did that, but then do the opposite, take distillate from Scotland and bring that over And yeah, Renita said, yeah, Balcones is doing that around Texas, and somebody's doing it. Also, I read that someone in the United States is doing it where they're aging things around the United States. But I'd like to see globally do that, because you can. I mean, there's so many of them are globally owned, and try that and just do the experiment.
That is true. I mean, look at Japan. How much goes over to Japan recently?
Yeah. But you couldn't call, if it started as bourbon, you couldn't call that stuff bourbon. But you know what? What's more important, having really good whiskey or being able to call it bourbon? What if that was the greatest whiskey ever made by you doing that?
And it's a bourbon base.
Yeah.
It's just a technicality, folks.
Yeah.
But I'm getting a really nice cream soda. I don't know if you're getting that in there. I am on this. I'm enjoying that quite a bit right now.
I get more of a buttercream than cream soda. There's a certain thing. I don't like cream soda. There's a certain thing about cream soda, and I don't know what it is, but anytime that I've had it, it's just a little off-putting. But I get more of like a rich buttercream.
The buttery stuff I do get that feel.
Yeah.
And 2 years in Israel. That would be interesting, Ben. Let me put that up for those who haven't seen it or watching. That's a good thing. Israel ages fast though. Pretty quick. So that's going to be a uniquely comparable just because of the climates and the way it will age in it. That would be neat. I was going to say, with the stuff we had for milk and honey was really good. So
yeah, that was really good. That was not whiskey.
So I would be intrigued to see how that works. But I mean, would you go with, and for the chat, the distillate from Israel and ship it here, or go with like Balcones or something from Texas and ship it there? Both. I like it. 4 releases. It's a sample pack of 375s.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Money in the bank.
Oh yeah, I'd be all over that.
I'm all over this. I remember I said I wasn't going to drink and try to get buzzed, but this is really good.
It's a really good whiskey. It is a treat to have,
and it's light. It's much lighter and playful than I would have ever expected for a 24-year-old.
I wish this was more plentiful, but it just makes it that much more special. Who knows though? Maybe those guys will come up with another round. I heard that there was more of this around. People have just been kind of doing their thing with it. So who knows? Who knows what's going on?
That's true. All right. I'm going to switch over now.
All right. Are you ready to move up? Not up. Are we ready to move over?
I think we can slide to the left.
All right. I'm going to suggest we do the Balcones.
Really? Before the whistle pipe?
Yes.
Okay. You lead the way, Chief.
I've had them all. So yeah, this was, although this is Single Cask Nation, they call this one Double Cask because they took a couple of casks and put them together. This is Balcones, aged 4 years in American oak.
Ooh, I'm wearing a black shirt. That don't work. You didn't see it. I did this. I'm wearing a black shirt, so it doesn't work.
Just a simple crime scene just happening. But it's from 2 different casks. One of them distilled September 2015. The other one October 2015. Bottled July 2020. This is 60.9% ABV. And it is for people who've had Balcones single malt, which is lovely. Well, I'll wait till you try it. Have you tried this one yet?
Are we doing double or single?
Well, it's the same thing. It's called Double Cask Nation, but it's still.
No, I have a Balcones 4-year-old single barrel and the double barrel. I have 2 samples.
Are they? But yeah, are they both Single Cask Nation though?
They are, and they're both 60.9.
Oh well, maybe I sent it to you twice.
So, where is it here?
Yep.
So,
look at that.
How about a winner tonight? A winner tonight.
I think we should. There's always a winner.
There's a win. There'll be a winner tonight. I'll send you this bottle since Mike sent me 2. So that's really Mike sending you a bottle via me.
Yeah.
But we'll get it to you. So we'll have a contest later on in the show. See what goes on with that, and we'll just play random spin the wheel. So hell yeah. I'll break it into this one. That's right, Ben. Break open some bottles. It's only Monday night.
And this on the only thing I'll say to start, because I want to hear what you say about it, but on the nose for me, this does not nose like the bottles of Balcones single malt that I have.
Sorry, I wasn't listening. I started to sniff.
You're like one of my kids. I'm sorry, were you speaking, jackass?
Maybe. No, what about it not being
it doesn't nose like the Balcones single malts that I have. It does not have what I like to call the Texas butter dust, but Balcones is just a little bit more bold with it. But
butter dust, corn.
But there's
a funky note that's usually in there that I'm not getting right now. It's not cranked up more.
But what I am getting is like an apple funk.
I get what you mean by that, but like a mature apple, like
like
it's been on the ground already a little bit.
Yeah, that ripe apple smell.
That's weird. I don't want that to be overpowering from you putting that image in my head, but
and I mean,
I was getting an apple feel. Yeah, just like with
I'm getting my nose in there 60%. I'm getting my nose down in this.
Yeah, well,
it is.
Okay, there it is. Okay, at the bottom, this is a bottom to top difference. Okay, for me, like I just dragged my nose up over, starting down here. Sometimes in here, and sometimes, goddamn, new camera angle, up here, and you'll get some different smells from the bottom to the top of that, and the bottom is one, but coming to the top actually opens up a couple more notes for me. Almost like a brush. Almost like a weird, like an earthy mint note at the top.
But not like normal Balcones.
No. All right, I'll taste it. Sorry. Forgot. Mike, we got to run
It's like if you took the rough edges off of Balcones, which I don't mean rough edges in a bad way with Balcones. Mm-hmm. Those are that's a good kind of rough. That's the kind of rough you got. Not quite cider like, not as light as cider. Maybe if someone went crazy with the homemade apple cider, like a warm one that they're really pulling some flavor. There's a depth to it, not like a normal cider. Mm-hmm. And it's not sweet either.
No, but on the nose, it does. I can see how you might get a little bit of that edge.
Yeah,
because it is like that little bit. I don't want to say fermented apple, but it's stronger on the nose. The taste not so much. I mean, it is, but Okay, there's some of that 60% in there, but it's not bad. Kicks through on the back third. It starts to roll in like halfway. Last third, it kind of sticks around, but that's where I'm feeling it, not necessarily as a lot of heat, but as some like little intense barrel note.
Okay, so I'm going to say something.
The finish is longer than I would have expected on the nose.
This might really flip your lid here. Mm-hmm. Now imagine if somebody gave you this and said, "What did you think of that Kilkeegan I gave you?"
I wouldn't have gone there.
Really?
Well, the apple brandy thing, I could see it leading there. I think for me, the mesquite note, I'm not getting it here. That I can kind
not the mesquite, but the one their apple brandy finish one didn't have. It didn't have so much the mesquite on it.
No. What the fuck is that? I hate moving. I don't know where it is. Otherwise, it would be out here right now. Let me see. It has a nice light brown sugar, and then it turns to like the edge of my tongue is like molasses. It has some nice heat. What I mean by that is like it's getting to be winter. At least I know that people don't believe that, but up here in Wisconsin, for me, I can tell when the sun goes down. Like I am cold, so this is something that's warming me up, and actually has a really, for me, a pretty decently long finish because it is still on the sides of my tongue.
Yeah,
it's not, and I'm not going to call it drying. Maybe on the top, but on the sides, I'm salivating right now, and a little bit of numbness on the tongue. That's weird. How old is it? This was a
4
4
years old.
I wonder what barrels they were, what type of barrels they were. You know,
They were just single barrel picks from Balcones. 2 of them that they married together.
I know. I get you. I'm just.
Um,
It. I guess, you know, when you go through and do a tasting, trying to find barrels and at different distilleries, you will see ones that are off. This is not off-putting at all. It's just a little off profile.
All it says is aged 4 years in American oak. So
yeah, okay.
And they're usually pretty darn transparent if they try something different.
So yeah, this might be the most interesting. I mean, the Heaven Hill one was nice, but thinking about how this differs from the original Balcones, and I have the malt somewhere on one of the tables here. I'm going to try it after the show because it is significantly different. I don't know. Yeah. I'm impressed. Good choices, Jason and Joshua, with that one.
Yeah,
very good, but still a little bit different. Now that we're done with
probably do the rum finish.
Ooh, rum. We're gonna move on to the whistle pig. Both of them are ones like that. Terrible. We'll just put it up in the
whistle pig. If you're a fan of Canadian whiskey,
rum and vermouth.
Canadians make a nice rye.
That's
so
true.
We have 2 different ones. These are again Single Cask Nation releases. This is a Single Cask Nation Whistle Pig, 12-year-old, coming in at 58% rye whiskey, finished in rum and vermouth casks. I'm sorry, this isn't. It's Canadian. I apologize, because it is labeled as distilled at a distillery in Indiana. Rye whiskey, finished in rum and vermouth, aged not less than 12 years. Batch R1V1 for the Stat Horse.
Ooh, you got bottle one of 450 bottles?
Yeah. Well, most of the stuff is single cask. So.
Well, I know. Getting bottle 1 of anything is nice. That's sweet. All right.
Oh, no, this is 1 of 450, not bottle 1.
Just lean into it when I give you that type of leeway, damn it.
I do have 1 bottle 1 that I wasn't supposed to get. Of something else, and then I contacted him. I was like, do you keep these for yourself usually? And he said, yeah, but go ahead. You can have it.
All right.
Okay.
Woo.
Yep.
The vermouth is interesting. I mean, I would have never originally thought to mix vermouth and rum together on this one. That's exactly. Aaron's right. I was just.
They kind of they allow each other to shine. For me, it allows each other to shine through, but they also suppress each other a little bit.
I think that there's more suppression of the rum for me at this moment. We're gonna get to that one, Ben. That's the one.
Yeah, Takaji's next.
Ooh, Dave, and we want to hear what you guys have to think about it in a second here. If you got comments, toss them in the chat when you get into it. If you got it there, that goes for anyone else. If you happen to have what we're drinking ever.
Yeah, Single Cask Nation has not had a lot of releases in the last, I don't know, 10 months or so because, I don't know, global supply problems. But there are things in the pipeline. There's like a 27-ish year old. They can't call it they can't call it by its name, but they're calling it the begins with an L something frog, but it's an older Scotch. And there's a Kalila that's coming out, but there's what else did they have? They had a Westland, I think.
Oh,
they were doing. They have other ones that they were coming out with. Yeah,
Ben says they're dropping 2 of them on Thursday.
Yeah.
To keep an eye out or get that email. You got to be
Laughing Frog. That's right, the Laughing Frog. Wonder where that's from.
Okay. Honest, the 2 Westlands could be really, really interesting. I mean, what we had when Chris was on, and what we have the Garyana we're going to get to in a review here. 5, not 6. But they have a nice range for Scotch, for American single malt. Sorry, they're pretty close to Scotch in some aspects. Can't help it. Okay, so on the nose, could you honestly tell that this was a whiskey?
That's a whiskey?
Yeah, like.
I don't know. Yeah, I can see where there's a little bit of a liqueur nose to it.
There's a liqueur. There's a little bit of floral note. I might. Ooh, seeing it's different, but.
Okay, now that you said that, damn it.
Yeah.
So what it reminds me of, a friend of mine came over a couple weekends ago and he brought Benedictine. And okay. I found out I like Benedictine. Especially, when we were using it to mix with. But this has that the herbal floral note or herbal floral feeling to it that does.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not expecting these notes to be here, but they're there.
All right. This is just vermouth is throwing me off on this. Like it's blanketing for me. Like the rum, I think is going to be in there on the taste, but I'm missing it here at the first half. So yeah, exactly. Smells like a barrel aged cocktail. Mm-hmm. Eucalyptus, a lovely note. Other note that dominates things. That's getting this one for me. Hold on. Oh, Mike, you better give your notes. Those are 2 powerful notes for me, or 2 of the ones that I'm not the biggest fan of.
See, I'm not getting the anise, like I'm sure you are. I'm sure it's there. It's
not its fault. I hunt it. It just comes to me.
Yeah, you're jaded. What I don't have, and I just a personal preference. I'm not going to buy any Whistle Pig to compare it to Whistle Pig, but if my memory serves of Whistle Pig, I like this more than a standard Whistle Pig. And I've had the first farm stock, and I had Whistle Pig when it came out. I haven't had any of the others because it didn't really do anything for me.
I had the piggyback. It was fine. It's not mind blowing. Yeah, there's this sour note for me that's trailing down like the middle of my tongue.
Yeah.
And it's sticking around. It's interesting. I think Adina could probably find a way for a cocktail for this. It has a unique flavor, for me this isn't. I don't know if this is straight. It's light. It's very well put together. There's not a lot of sharp edges. It rolls between flavors nicely in a transition. Finish is a little light on the end.
It's lighter than what I would expect. Yes.
Yeah. A little thin on the oils. It's like a spearmint I'm getting on the tongue on the finish. So, yeah, just those other two notes to me. So, what are your thoughts on this one?
So I still the floral and herbal notes really carry over a lot more on it. Same with the finish. I was hoping for more of a finish to it. It's very flavorful, and I do like it. And it's interesting and it's unique, and that's what I like about it more than anything. Of the two, I'll tell you, it's not my favorite of the two that we're going to have of the Whistle Pigs. Not that I don't like it, but it is, aside from the finish, if the finish carried out more, I think this one would be really great. But that the lack of finish to carry on is what, that would be my knock against it. Not that I don't like it. That'd be my knock against it.
I feel like the rum, I feel like the rum got squashed somewhere. Like, I don't know what type of rum it is. Maybe it's a silver rum. I mean, I didn't get a lot of punch or spice, I thought, from the rum or anything. And it's not to say it was spiced rum, but I wasn't feeling like that came through too hard on this one. That's interesting. Yeah, I like Stump the Cocktail Maker. And yes, Kevin, this was the Whistle Pig rum vermouth one we're doing.
And I'm leaving a little bit of that in my glass so I can go back and forth with the Takaji finish.
Yeah, it's just.
And all I know after having this Takaji, I mean, I've been doing a lot of sharing with this and enjoying it, but after it made me want to pursue Takaji because I liked it. I like what it did. But this is also a Whistle Pig 12-year, 57.7% distilled at a distillery in Indiana. Wink, wink. Aged not less than 12 years.
Dark.
57.7% ABV, if I did not say that already.
Yeah, this is rather dark for 12-year-old Indiana. You know what I mean? That extra time in the other barrel, I think, played a little factor. A little spin whirl in here.
Maybe Southern Indiana.
Whoa! That's a defined line. I don't know if... Yeah, you can't see it. Sorry. You can tell exactly where it stopped all the way around and came down. No legs really on it. Just you can tell where it was at the top of the glass. Earthy, spicy, not super eucalyptic-y. Oh, all right. Here, we'll see if we got that. Ooh. Little light vanilla. I feel like my nose is starting to go bad as we're going through this here. That's good, Ben. I want to hear what you think about this one. It smells. It has like a little effervescent note. Like it jumps up my nose. Like I don't want to say it's champagne-y, but there is something that gets up on the inside of my nose and gets in there and smells bright and airy.
I feel like between the two of these, if we're taking a sip of this, I feel like I'm taking a sip of whiskey.
Oh, I can tell on the nose already.
Yeah, it's just it is more more standard as far as what you come to expect. There's a little bit of the numbing on the sides of the tongue and kind of moving to the front, but it is sweeter. And it is creamier. Takaji is a Hungarian dessert wine.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have our wine steward with us tonight.
Yeah. That's why he's on the show. He's going to have to explain it next week. Huh. I would have thought the Takaji would have had a little more torque on this, but as the finish goes on, I'm getting a more of a. It feels weird, like my tongue feels candied. like on the finish on this. Like I'm getting a little spice, a little wood note on the side, but I'll go back in here.
Yeah, this just has a nice nice whiskey warmth to it. And it's creamier and then that sweetness, but then just has that nice tongue numbing warmth.
Yeah. And a little bit of spice with that warmth.
Yeah.
I'm salivating again on this one.
Yeah.
Like this one is
again from memory, way better than how I remember Whistlepig.
This one, yes. I agree with you. I agree with you 100% on that one. Mm-hmm.
If this was something that you could buy a lot, I would buy it a lot.
Yeah. The dessert part, the creaminess is coming through more on the second or third drink that I've had on it. On the first like half of the tongue, as far as tasting, it's starting to come around now. And ooh, this is really nicely balanced between the flavors that are all coming through.
Dave got the pronunciation.
What?
Tokay.
Tokay. We're in trouble.
I got all the Hungarian nationals at my door right now. That's okay. I challenge them to pronounce my name correctly. Honey butter, that's a really good one.
Yeah, that is too. Yeah, let's stay on.
Noble Rot, that's a good name for a punk band too.
That is. And then honey butter in here. I can see that. I can.
Going back and forth, there's a sourness on the rum and vermouth that comes across nosing back and forth on here.
Well, and I got that in the finish of that one, so. Ooh. The bottom of the vermouth one is sharper, but if you go up top, it almost smells creamier right now. I'm not going back to it though. Oh. Okay. Okay, the nose, I didn't even do this. The nose is so much bolder on the Takei one. Did I say that right? Takei? Now I want to say Takei, like George Takei. It is, compared to the other one, it's got so much more life. The other one seems dulled down, a little bit of cream. Oh, spices, wood, kind of a little clovey note in there. So much more going on the other one, in my opinion.
The prettiest of the Gabor sisters. Which one's the prettiest Gabor sister, Dave? I have my favorite.
Is yours Zsa Zsa?
No. All the way.
Hold on here. I got to start mixing some things together.
Yeah, believe it or not, we are doing the dump glass.
Even on that one, afterwards, I'm breathing in and out, and I'm getting like almost like you had mouthwash, like that minty, like I don't want to say freshening, but kind of heat from it. Not expecting that. Ava, nice.
Yeah, see. All right. Next question. This one would be the one for this should be the giveaway question. Okay. Ginger or Marianne?
Oh. Oh, it's out there.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't answer, you can't win.
Jeannie or Samantha?
Well, hey. I don't know. I got to go Samantha. Jeannie seemed kind of ditzy. I mean, she can do whatever, but Samantha's at least like in charge of herself. You know?
Jeannie did live in a Jim Beam bottle, so there's that. But
yeah, and that little room was pretty cool. The inside,
it's pretty swank, but nah, Samantha all the way.
Yeah, I would in that way.
And Marianne.
Oh, Marianne seems to be winning there. Jeannie,
Yep.
really, Kevin?
Rest in peace, Don Wells.
True.
Okay. Speaking of Miss Chambers, I do have something that I'm going to put this, because I have the ability to put things in the chat.
And he wanted to.
She did post something on here. That on the shelf turds tonight.
After them, I think.
No, Independent Joe,
Yep.
along with them at like when is it? In about a little over an hour from now, they are doing a raffle. It is a charity raffle. This gentleman is a retired U.S. Marine. Going live 2 Monday night charity events to raise money for the documentary mentioned below. There are several bottles for giveaways. I'm going to post the YouTube link down in here unless Emily already has it, because she's way on top of everything. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it first. I'm going to see if I can beat Emily to something for a change.
I like it.
But 10 years ago, families were devastated to find out that 17 Marines lost their lives in an attack in Afghanistan. Anthony Marquez took it upon himself to donate his time, money, and soul to create 17 carvings to memorialize each Marine, and then delivered those carvings to the now Gold Star families. Nothing can or could replace what the families had lost, but Anthony wanted them to know that they would never be forgotten. He's now going to revisit the families and other service members who were there that fateful day and share their stories. And he's trying to create a documentary so that everyone can know the story of these brave Marines and the families who are still coping. It'll be a much needed and hopefully healing video for anyone who may have lost a loved one due to service. Anthony is a strong Marine, but he cannot do this alone and would like everyone's support. So it's going to be, Monday. It's Monday after the Shelf Turds. That's why that's the Shelf Turds reference that's in there. Mm-hmm. So yeah, a good cause.
Eastern, 10 Central.
It appears that there's a decent amount of bottles that are going to be put up on there that you can raffle off. Some things we've had on here, NASA, some Obtanium stuff. What else? Looks like some Dickles, some Blantons, some Sam Houston, things like that. So yeah, go join in there, show them some love, and give them some support.
It's always good to do that. Whoa. I just
Patterson. On that.
I just Pattersoned this. Yeah.
You Pattersoned the blend?
I Pattersoned the blend there for a second.
I'm liking the nose on this blend.
Ooh, got too much of the vermouth one for me.
Oh, boy. You sound like Foster Brooks.
Okay, it's better now. Brown sugar, pickles. Not even the dill. I have a different combo. My ratios are probably different.
What kind of pickles are you talking about here? Talking butter chips? Spicy?
Butter. Oof. I was going buttered, but with like a hint of dill. Not like where it's overpowering dill. It's more like a butter pickle. Yeah, I'd go that route. Pretty clean.
See, I am not getting that. I'm not getting no pickles.
Yeah, I didn't make a good blend. That was on me.
Yeah, it's a nice creamy buttery spice. The apple's coming through on there. But then that custody, the tartness that's probably from the rum and vermouth one. Maybe that's where I'm getting kind of the for lack of a better term. You know, you get some custard. It's maybe it's got a little wang to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wayne, I don't know. I've got to stop, man. It didn't take me a second to get the joke, but then my head ran with it, and it was like, shut the fuck up. Be in trouble if I run down that path.
Oh, palate, not so much. Boy, does it fall flat. You know, there was. You ever seen the movie Hollywood Nights?
Yes.
Yeah. So they peed in the punch bowl, and the cops tasting it. He's like, they spiked the punch bowl, and he's like, no, but it does have a little wang in it.
Yeah, I'm getting eucalyptus. Yeah, mine has eucalyptus on the nose, pretty good. Nope, I had too much of that vermouth one in there.
Second sip, way better. Yeah, definitely. Second sip, way better. It's not flat. First one, I mean, it just fell flat immediately. This one does not. It's very nice and coating, warming. I would not say it's greater than the sum of its parts.
Thank you.
But
I was waiting.
I'm surprised though that it. Yeah, second sip, nothing's like really jumping out. Nothing's really standing out on there. It tastes like a nice higher proof whiskey. Not outstanding.
Outstanding. No, I don't care. The Heaven Hill and the Balcones were by far and away I would say most interesting, because I did like the K one. The vermouth one's just off to the side. That one's the loser tonight for me. Sorry, the vermouth one took too much hold, and not enough rum. I do like some rum every now and then in there.
Speaking of losers, we got to figure out winners.
Winners?
Because we got some Frankfurt tickets that someone needs to.
Does anyone out there have how about this? Does anyone out there have a chance to go to Kentucky this weekend? And if you want to go to Kentucky, go to Frankfurt, and we can give you something to do.
This looks like a fantastic festival, and I'm really, truly bummed that I am not going to go. I think it would be a lot of fun, a really fun festival to go to, and a lot of good things about it too. They don't charge the distilleries to enter, and so there's no one's worried about recouping their cost. It's just a good old fun time.
It's about the spirits then.
It is, yeah. And then we got the giveaway for the that other Balcones sample.
Yep.
But Ben, which would I reach for daily? I tell you what, that I couldn't include that Heaven Hill 24 in as a daily, because that's just you just couldn't.
Well, the flavor profile that's what if I were going to reach for one daily, that's what I would go for. I don't want to say it's the least abrasive.
Okay, if we're going just on flavor profile alone, not availability or anything like that, flavor profile alone, this is just the way it sounds. Drinking that one, it makes me feel nice. Yeah. It's just very nice. It's relaxing. It is. It's extremely pleasant. It's not exciting, but it's just very, very nice. There's so many really good things about it.
It's enjoyable and relaxing when you're drinking it.
Exactly.
You're getting flavors. You're not having to search, and it's all kind of melty away when it's going on. That's sorry, I didn't mean to jump on you for that. But easily for me is the one where if it was going to be something I could have every day, I would be more than happy to come home and have that. Because if you want to dig deeper into that one, you can. Yeah.
And then, and Balcones, sorry, I had my gremlin just turned the light off on me. So everything just got kind of weird.
Bright light.
most of the times at Single Cask Nation, there's a couple of price points for it, and obviously you get the really older whiskeys and stuff. They tend to they try to keep it manageable, like the Laughing Frog, 27-year-old Scotch whiskey. I think they said their target was like around $3.95 for that bottle, which for a 27-year-old Scotch it's pretty good, really.
It's not bad. You know what I mean?
It's not bad.
You're a
they
couple
do a lot
years
of
away from 30. I mean, that's a huge number.
But they're doing, their single barrel picks of like when they get their Wild Turkey single barrel picks are great, and when they have gotten those, they are $101, I think, is what they are. Balcones ones, I think these were like around $70 for that Balcones single barrel or double barrel, whatever.
Yeah,
which I thought was pretty good. That Balcones is fun, but that's the thing. These are single barrel. In most cases, a single barrel pick that you're getting off of their stuff. So,
you have to take that into account. I mean, just from let's look at an even base Elijah Craig where it's $20 and all of a sudden it's a store pick or someone picked it and it's at least $35-$40.
Yeah,
it doubles in price. So, not crazy. For what's going on, but yeah, definitely. But the Balcones one, I think, is one you might be able to have a little more fun with, because this next to a couple of normal Balcones, I think that could be a fun evening or a couple evenings going back and forth, because it's a little more, it's a more unique barrel. You don't have to shut off the mic. You can tell her to do stuff.
No, came back and turned the light on. I said, "Thanks, beanhole." Single Cask Nation. It's free to sign up. I used to be more careful about telling people because I didn't want you to take away my chances of getting things. But they're growing. They're doing their stuff, and they're nice guys. They deserve all the success that they get. If you're lucky to be in an area where you can get the retail releases of their stuff, do it. Yeah. You get some really interesting things. But this Balcones, I liked it because it's like they took some of the Balcones out of Balcones, but it's still really, really good. And I like it a lot.
I would agree with that. I was going to say, it's not that it's not an enjoyable whiskey. It's just off profile for them.
Yeah.
Maybe, and from what I heard, maybe not so much, maybe some of like the Grand Cru and some other things, but these are all special releases. You know what I mean? Or special barrels where they might be seeming like they're leaning in a different direction. Well, that might be a little side passion project. You got to go back to what the base is for them.
And look at Balcones. I know I'm being a little sarcastic. What do they got? 20, 30 releases a year coming out of their stuff. So, and different levels of exclusivity, with the Balcones stuff. And great, that's awesome. So, to get something that's different within the Balcones family. But so these, we like Single Cask Nation stuff. I don't get their stuff as often as I would like, but but so be it. It's all been good choices.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, I think we're coming up on an hour. I think that's good. We knocked out 5 in an hour, and 6, but my 6 wasn't very good, so I didn't review that.
Yeah.
So that one
we got to do a giveaway.
A giveaway. What should we do? I don't have my phone on me, so you're going to have to ask.
I can do the phone, so we can say count how many people are in, and I'll do the random number.
Yeah.
So who's in for the sample, the Balcones Single Cask Nation sample? Just say in.
Yep. It is right here.
And we have to go by our chat. Well, no, you know what? I have the YouTube chat up, so I can go by the YouTube chat order.
Go by the YouTube chat.
So just say in if you're in for the sample.
There you go. Some people are in. Might be the one time I'd actually be paying attention.
A PX finished Brimstone.
Are you? There's all
That
sorts
is-
of love for me on that.
That is wow.
Reminds me of a PX Finish Kilkeegan, but Brimstone's so different. It's its own monster.
Yeah. Is it a monster? That's the thing. All right, I'll give it another little bit here while we chat.
The PX, yeah, give the chat. It takes a second for it to catch up. I don't know. I'm going back to the Heaven Hill one. I'm sorry. That was just.
It's really hard to beat that. It's a
It
very special thing, and I mean, yeah, you can find pre-fire bottles out there somewhere, but who knows what it is you're going to find a pre-fire bottle of. So that in itself was a treat to find that and sample it. But I don't have any regrets on buying that one.
They were sampling it at the Bastards Ball. Didn't get to go.
Okay.
See, that's another thing we missed on. If you're in the whiskey world, you kind of have to save up your vacation for September and October.
Yeah.
Just plan a couple extra days off on every weekend, and you might be able to get to go do all the fun stuff.
All right. This is going to be the last call. Anyone else says they're in, because the odds are looking pretty good for the few that said that they're in.
Yeah. Who doesn't want some Balcones? Hey, you know what? Maybe I'll throw in something else. I'm sending you guys some Hatch stuff. Maybe I'll toss in a couple samples of that. I have some Hatch honey and the Dock Wall as well. I can send in samples of that. It's batch 3 Dock Wall. So they're up in Egg Harbor, Wisconsin. I have Chris on at some point, but actually getting out some of their own stuff, and I'm pretty excited about it because I like stopping there in the summer. There's a lot of distilleries and wineries and stuff like that, but it's actually a decent one.
Ben, yes, you can. Just say in and you're in.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if you've already got any. Yeah, and since we're actually ending at a decent time, if you want to have more whiskey fun tonight, go over to Whiskey Crusaders, to those nice people, because they just came back from the Bastards Ball, and I'm sure they've got some really good stories from it. I'm kind of curious how much bacon that that Will took with him, how many pounds of bacon he took to hand out, because
and how big were his pockets?
That's right. There's nothing like pocket bacon.
Yeah, especially when you're not expecting it. And Dave, we're going to talk about that when you said you were going to Door County.
All right, this is it. Only 5 of you have said in, so
I got no problem.
I'm gonna do it now. Hey Siri, give me a number between 1 and 5.
It's 4.
4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Miss Renita.
Boom. We'll send
There
her
you
some
go.
of each of those. We'll get that out in the mail probably Friday. Have that on its way to you. That way when we're getting on some of the Hatch stuff, you can tell me what you think. The Hatch honey I have here, it's actually some of their whiskey and some of Panther's whiskey from Minnesota that's blended and then aged in honey barrels. And it is only 35, but it is cloudy as shit. Like you can almost like see the honey looking through it. Sorry, I got excited. What was your giggle? Hey, it's Richard.
Just
How you doing?
Panther needs to come out with some sort of special release called Sex Panther.
How
and if
could
they don't,
not?
they are so stupid if they don't do that.
It should be their yearly release, and it should be hazmat. It should be hazmat for what it is.
Yeah.
It would be awesome.
Speaking of which, the other night I had some fire pit therapy, and ate my dinner out by the fire pit and was sipping the Iron Root Hubris Hazmat. Man,
So good.
a drink, not sippable, drinkable hazmat whiskey that was so good.
And was that one like 70.4, if I remember?
Yeah,
it's
just a hair over, but it was a nice chilly night, and slightly chilled hubris, like right off the bat, was really nice. But then as it warmed up in the glass, and then I put I've got a Noser NOS apostrophe R glass, which is basically like a Yeti Glencairn. I love that glass, but I put it closer so it warmed the glass up, and it was amazing. it was so good. That cold chill on there, but then let that sucker warm up, and that glass got warm, and I rotated the glass around, just let it get really warm, let the whiskey get warm. God, it was so good. They make such good whiskey. I wish that was another whiskey they could come out with again. Maybe they will someday, but
something like that was great. But he came up with hazmat. He hasn't had hazmat whiskeys. There's only been 2 or 3 that I've had that have actually been really good. Some of the other ones were just really high proof. The one Mike's talking about from Iron Root was, I'm trying to remember the other 1 or 2 that was
the light whiskey.
The whiskey, yep, the light whiskey from Poland. That thing was phenomenal.
The light whiskey was hazmat. The Polish was a little under. It was like 130-ish.
Yeah, but
close enough.
The light whiskey was pretty amazing for like 73 or 74%. It was fucking beefy. It was beefy, and it drank like 42. It was disturbing.
in all of the really great ways.
Yeah, and in the best ways possible. So, let's see.
Yeah, what was I gonna say? Oh, our upcoming stuff. I think we're just doing we're going to do more sample kills.
We have to get more. For me, we're going to have some people on, but I want to get more samples in so we can have a decent setup at the end of the year for whiskeys of the year, and that's rolling quick. So there's going to be a couple more of these. We're going to have some more people on to talk about stuff. Notable holiday. Oh, what are you going to do?
Yeah, I was going to say Wednesday night, the first live episode of the Bourbon Turntable, which is a really fun show. Do you like music? Probably yes. Do you like whiskey? Of course you do. That's why you're here. Bourbon Turntable with the lovely and talented Kevin Rose, our own Benjamin Eves, and Drew Crawley. 3 generations talking about music and drinking whiskey, and they are kicking off. This will be the 2nd annual National Alan Bishop, actually international.
It's actually international. That's not big.
It is international. And when Alan was on a couple weeks ago, we had said, well, golly, because he thought we should have McRibs as part of international Alan Bishop Day, but McRibs don't come out until November 1st, which just so happens there's enough of a stretch in there that gives you Alan Bishop Advent.
Yes. Which
ends with McRibs and Malorts. And Miss Adina has, of course, come up with a fantastic cocktail that we will release on there. So you can make it yourself if you have the ingredients. If anyone was going to come up with a cocktail that had Malort and cheesy poofs, it was Adina. and McRib. And McRib. Yeah.
So, and that's actually right here.
Yes. And look at that. Yeah. Look at that cocktail. It's glorious.
It screams all sorts of question marks, but at the same time, are those question marks as delicious as you once remember a McRib or a cheesy poof? I mean, there's a reason that they're still here. They stick around. They're delicious. Facebook page has that. We'll also be posting that on the Instagram account, so you can check over there so you can find out what you need for that. Now, with Alan Bishop Day, Advent, it's expanded. The next day is, and there is a participation, which is scary for anyone short. It's National Toss a Short Person Day, where apparently if you're under 5'4", you are free reign to be tossed. Now, mind you, anyone, say someone's 5'6", someone who's 6'3" can toss him. So someone taller than you can basically toss anyone shorter. So basically, Mike, Mitch, and Steve are fine. The rest of us all have to be concerned.
We're going to throw some backs out. I already warned my youngest. She's 4'11" and a half and will not get any taller ever. And I said, I just want you to know I am tossing you. Be just like when she was a kid and they would ask me to throw them into bed or do the Undertaker's last ride move to put her in there.
That's awesome. I love when you get to do those things at home. My brother taught me how to do the choke move where someone would grab your throat and pick you up, where you wrap your arms around their wrist and you pull yourself up as they hold, they raise you. So there's actually like no weight on your neck whatsoever. But we may have done that in public a few times to frighten a few people. So remember to stop out for that. That night will be extremely fun. And if you're willing, the cocktail actually from the sounds of it is actually very good. I have not had it. I'm going to be trying it though. But if you're in for McRib and you're in for some Malort, and you come join us, we can host 10 people. If you're willing to have Bishop Festivus dinner with us, come have it with us. There will be an airing of grievances as well. So just be prepared.
We will cap off the end of the holiday. And look, let's face it. If you're willing to try a McRib or to try Malort, the bar is so low for you already. So why not just join in on the celebration and just embrace all of that? But we do have, which we'll be going over on Bourbon Turntable, the rules we came up with for Bishop Advent, it should be fun. Kevin says he can't find Malort. Malort finds you, Kevin.
I can send it to you. I need if someone does not have Malort. Oh man, it's Wednesday. Holy shit! I will see what I can do. But we have till the 1st. I can get you a bottle of Malort. You can tell me the size, Kevin. Oh, God. Does Ben need some too? Here, hold on. I'm going to put my email up in the chat. And if you happen to need Malort, it's plentiful here. It comes from Chicago. I can at least get you a little bottle. If you want a big bottle,
it's an evil thing that the people of Chicago do. Some of them come up with a tolerance and they enjoy it, and other people they just use it to test your metal.
Sounds like sweat socks and it's
your sweat sock hands.
It's questionable at best. I've seen more iffy things than responses to it than I have positive.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, don't tell people they don't want a big bottle. They don't know what they're in for. They may like it.
Yeah, you never know. It could be somebody's thing. Everybody's got something weird that they like.
Mm-hmm.
Malort could be it.
Good luck with that, though.
Yeah. Good luck finding a new family.
Okay. Even at festivals I've been to, when the Malort people were there, they were laughing at people's reactions to Malort. I'm just saying.
Yeah, they know what they got. Yeah.
When they're handing it to you and they feel like they've pranked you.
Yeah. Speaking of festivals, keep on the lookout in the next few weeks.
Don't tell people. I want to go. I want it to be.
We'll go.
We're going.
Because Fred, we'll have Fred back on again. But Distill America, people, you got to be wanting to travel or you got to be there. That's right. Most of those people we've already talked to, and they either said that they're going already, or because you never know. But It's in
Madison.
March.
March
Well, go to
5th.
Distill America's website. Look it up. It's in Madison, Wisconsin. It's a great show. It really is a great show. We might be having our own brand of fun there.
Yes, we may be having our own brand of fun Friday night.
Yeah.
There's stuff
So,
in the works.
It should be fun.
Show up on Friday. Friday night, we have a little whiskey excitement. Then the big excitement's the next day.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun, man. And
it is.
I'm telling you, it's one of the best whiskey experiences to go to.
Yes.
I've seen, as far as events go, I've seen one or two other ones that I liked, but I have consistently over the years had it's run like most other ones aren't, except Bourbon on the Bank seems similar, but only they have 40 participants, different distilleries, where Distill America has over 90, and it's all sorts of different spirits, not just whiskey. And that's the neat part, is finding weird stuff you weren't expecting at all, like a cantaloupe liqueur that turns the night around.
I'm telling you what, that cantaloupe liqueur at the end of the night, that was something special. It ticked every box at the end of the night.
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
What it did was, when your palate was done and dead and just worn out after a couple hours, leaving to get some food or eating food that is provided there, coming back and you're almost done, but you have an hour left. Cleanse the palate 3 times in that last hour. It was like, bam, what are we doing next?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like you're eating a plate of fruit, and you get a hold of that one piece of pineapple or that one piece of watermelon that just has all the flavor in it. And it was just like, all right, new game, new set of rules. We're all good here. And that's exactly what that did. It completely reset everything. And
that's the way I pitched it. I grabbed Mike. I was like, I haven't had this ever before. Come try this.
He's like all excited. Hey, let's go.
It cleared the whole thing. This is fantastic. I need a bottle just for drinking normally.
I almost bought one the next morning, but then I thought, I'm not going to drink this. I mean, it's just, you could have poured it over my
ice.
fear of getting into cocktails, because I know what'll happen. This will be cocktail stuff back here. So. It is.
And it's late enough to show. If you're thinking about getting tickets to Distill America, it is Halloween, All Hallows Eve. As soon as you click over to midnight and it becomes November 1st,
watch the website.
Tickets are on sale. There are 3 different levels. Standard was before, and it should be about the same now, with $60. That's for 3 hours from 6 to 9. There's one where you get it an hour early, which I think is the best ticket. I would take that every day of the week to get in that hour early. Far less people. You walk up to whoever you want to, say hi, and try their good stuff. Or the bottles that are hidden behind there with like sticky notes on them, or just magic marker come out.
Those are the best.
Or you can pay a little bit more. I think it was like $100, maybe 120 this year, right in that ballpark. And they give you a tasting experience 2 hours before everything starts. So say it starts at 6, at 4 o'clock, they have a special tasting for everyone where they'll bring in brand reps and taste unique bottles upstairs. And then once you're done with that, you can come down and start in the tasting with everyone else. But getting that extra hour before all the crowds come in is glorious.
Yes.
Sorry, it is. That's enough to drink in that time frame, go get something to eat, and come back.
Yes. Everybody there at the festival is in a good mood, but the last thing you want to be doing is you just want to try whiskey, and you're behind some guy who thinks he's got a shot at the person who's being the ambassador. Like, move it along, Jeff. I just want to get my sample. You have no shot. She's only being nice to you because that's her job. Or he's only being nice to you because it's his job. Just go.
I remember we were at some event and Sherry was upset because she couldn't get to the Tito's vodka because she's like, oh, I didn't have my boobs out, so I couldn't get to the front of the line because all the guys were blocking the table. I couldn't work my way in to get a sample. I'm like, maybe you should just open it up a little bit. Worked your way right into the front of the line.
All right, we should let the people go, especially if they want to catch the Nice Crusaders.
That's
folks.
true. They should stop over and see them. They have a wonderful show and do a really nice job in the reviews and everything they're doing on there. We've always talked very highly of them because they do a wonderful job at what they do and not pretentious. They're very into the honesty of what they're doing, and that's fantastic.
They're just nice people.
Yeah. All right. So thank you everyone in the chat for coming in and sticking around this long. We really appreciate it. Renita, a big winner. We'll send you that out later this week. We appreciate it. Remember, if you do get a chance, do go to Distill America, and if you can, go for a couple days. We're working on something. When we have something finalized, we will let you guys know. It should be a unique event or tasting that I think everyone would want to go to. So remember, it's not the size of the den that matters. It's the love of whiskey. Hold on, he doesn't have a wait.
I got one now.
Does it even have booze in it?
I got a smidge. I got a smidge. I'm not doing a bottle pull off of this stuff.
Remember, it's not the size of the den that matters. It's the love of whiskey. So cheers, everyone out there.
Cheers.
Let's get into it. 1, 2, 3. Let's get some more. Have it in.